Welcome back to Anime Casuals. I'm Lucky.
Here I go! This hand of mine is burning red!
And I'm Michael. Realize the only ones who should kill are those who are prepared to be killed.
Johnny.
Your darkness swallowed up my son? Who decided that?
Erupting! Burning!
Now all of you.
Die.
And 3, 2, 1.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Anime Casuals. I am Lucky.
I am Michael.
I'm a Johnny.
And we make up Anime Casuals. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Casual Discussion, where we talk about everything anime with a casual twist. So today, I don't even know what I'm going to name this one, to be completely honest with you. Whatever YouTube allows me to name it. I'm surprised I even got away with the thumbnail a couple weeks ago. So I'm just going to do whatever I want now. But yeah, this is the idea is we're going to talk about anime that we'd be ashamed of if our parents saw us watching. So basically, we would turn the TV off like almost immediately the minute they come in. I actually don't know who came up with this, if I'm being completely honest with you. Okay, so yeah, why don't you go first then, since you're pointing at yourself, Michael?
Okay, so I'm just going to start with probably the oldest anime I've been watching on this list, and that's probably One Piece. At times, there's parts in One Piece where, like, I feel like my parents would just kind of sit there and be like, what are you watching? I'm like, oh, it's One Piece. And like, why are the women shaped like that? I'm like, oh, well, I don't want to get into that conversation with you. And like, generally, I feel like One Piece, almost every episode is great, except for the parts where like Nami's in a tank top that's just barely holding her together. Because even
times,
yeah, and like Robin most of the time is better. Like, most of the other women are better except for Nami. Like, Nami's the only one who's like, yeah, I wore a bikini today and it just covers my nipples. It's like, what? Okay. It's Oda and what he wants. Like, and he wants giant, enormous boobies. And you know what? It's what he wants. I mean, make that man happy while he's finishing One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
And for the most part, I don't think I would feel like incredible shame of watching it, but I definitely would be like, okay, I'm gonna switch the channel. I'm gonna switch to any other anime just so I don't like a tame anime.
That.
Yeah, I'm just like, it's probably the tamest one, maybe the tamest one on the list, but that would be like my first one that my parents probably have walked in on me watching at some point. I've just been like, just go away, just go away, just go away. I don't want to talk about this.
This is one of those times you need to walk away, no questions asked.
Yeah.
Okay. I actually got a lot of inspiration from last week's we did, which was amazing first episodes. Actually, and the week before that, but some pretty easy ones that would be anime that I would not want to ever explain or talk about.
Mm-hmm.
One would be Kaijo. That'd be always down to watch, just not.
Mm-hmm.
Anywhere at any time. It just depends, if it's a dangerous situation, you can't be doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even like I like to walk around at night because of the cool air. I mean, I can't have that volume blasting. I mean, I can't be walking around with those sounds. It's absurd. They're wonderful, but it's absurd,
especially when the hypnotism chick gets in there.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Actually, that was funny. I mean, when I was watching something with you last night, my mom came and I was like, you understand Japanese? And that was almost like no, I don't. I'm not even watching anything. Go back inside. It's fine. So, yeah, Kaijo would be one that's on the, pretty high up on that list of like, no, that's not going to be explained.
Yeah.
Dude, that was totally one of my picks too. I was like, dude, how am I going to explain any of this like concept at all? Like, my mom played like volleyball. How am I going to explain this to her? You know what I mean? How am I going to explain a woman doing a judo throw with her nipples? Like, I just don't understand how I'm going to say this to her.
Lucky, it's women empowerment.
I'm going to say, if anybody has the upper hand in
Free the
understanding,
nipple.
that might be your mom then, but still.
Maybe. Who knows?
See,
Well, I'm not gonna
you
try it.
understand.
That's for sure. Not gonna try that. My first one is actually one that has already been proven to be embarrassing to watch it from my mom, which is actually not Dragon Ball Z. It's Dragon Ball. So there's a lot of shit in Dragon
Yeah.
Ball that is very confusing
Mhm.
and very tropey. And I just remember watching because I used to, I used to be in the living room when I was growing up, and so everybody would be in the computer right behind me, basically. So they'd be on the computer, and then they'd have to watch whatever I was watching. So I had to be like really careful with what I was watching, and so Dragon Ball, I was like, oh yeah, no, this will be fine. And then all of a sudden, my dude Roshi freaking goes small size to go check out Bulma in the bathroom, and like I didn't read what was happening at first. Like I was just like, oh, he's trying to go small size to go on a secret. Like I was thinking like Magic School Bus kind of bullshit, like, oh yeah, he's gonna go
Mhm.
down and do something completely
Let's
unrelated to the
learn.
woman. Yeah, he's going completely unrelated to the woman in the bathroom. Saw that and I was like, oh great. And luckily my mom didn't completely see it, but like she could hear, Roshi go like, yeah, and and all this kind of stuff. But
Bullshit.
yeah, there were a couple times in Dragon Ball. One in particular was when Goku, I think, grows his tail. He loses it for some reason, and then he grows it back in the middle of a tournament. And my mom thought he took a dump because he literally just goes like, and then this big brown thing pushes him up. And she's like, "Did he just take a dump?" And I was like, "No,
And
mom,
he's
it's a."
fighting over it.
I didn't know how to explain it to her. I was like, "Yeah, he's a monkey person from another planet. He got his tail cut off before. He's growing it back because that's his power." I was like, I'm not gonna explain that shit. I just said no, and then
This is too
yeah,
much.
it's too much. So yeah, Dragon
It's
Ball.
too much.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm gonna stay in the same vein, and we're just talk about interspecies reviewers. I don't think there's a lot I need to say about why this would be embarrassing. Maybe every episode being like 50% sex, it being really funny. Like out of all the etchy, I feel like you could probably be like, this is actually funny. Like it's a funny etchy. It's not just pure sexuality, but it would be incredibly embarrassing to try to be explain to my parent going, why are you watching this? I'm like, well, I'm kind of in a funny horny mood right now. So
See, I could definitely see that backfire and be like, it's an educational cartoon. Oh,
about
cool. Let me watch. Oh, fuck.
about having sex with monsters.
You got to be ready.
And
Nuclear fallout is a thing.
I need to be ready to bone everything I see.
You never know. You never know.
And I've watched that show like 3 times. Like, I'm glad I don't live with my parents right now, because like that would be like I would want to rewatch that one again. And I've watched in English and Japanese, and no matter what, the sounds that come out of that show and the squelching that comes out of that show is just not beneficial for anybody around you. That's a show you put your AirPods on.
Squelch.
Squelch.
So that's today's word of the day, squelch.
Squelch.
My next one, weirdly, I was thinking about this. I think Cells at Work, Code Black. Just because I'm like, Cells at Work is actually a good one. I mean, and I was thinking about that because of the whole, what could you show your parents? And I was like, yeah, check out Cells at Work, Then she's like, oh, more like, oh, Cells at Work, Code Black. And they're like, oh, no, it's like the same thing, but it's not meant for you.
Yeah.
That's not meant for you. You go away from there. But yeah, I mean, it's a great show, but it'd be a little hard to explain the difference. I mean, especially if anybody knew, like, oh, so why are they all women with enormous racks? Like,
because women are strong. Get over it.
it's for health. That's all it is. It's for health. So, Cells at Work, Code Black.
Also, like your mom and like people's parents would know people who actually have those diseases, like the deadlier ones. So it might trigger something for them to watch it.
Actually, yeah, I'd be like, oh shit, alcoholism.
Oh my god,
no, it's too real.
Lung cancer, no.
That'd be
How
weird.
could this
let's not.
happen to
Anyway.
me?
To me, my mom's crying on the couch.
Stupid dude. One of our friends, Nathan, sent me that when he realized I lived in Austin and not Houston, so he couldn't mooch off me for the metal concert in Houston in next March. He just like sent me a gif of that, and I was like, "Bro, this motherfucker over here, he knows what gets me, dude." Anyway, if you guys haven't heard that song, it is a thing for sure. So check out Simple Plan Untitled. Anyway, the next one I want to talk about is okay. So this one is just off its rocker, and I don't even know, dude. People don't even know how to explain this. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Nobody knows how to explain it. Like it just
Yeah.
happens. You accept it.
Mhm.
Your eyes become like mutilated in some way so that it can accept what's going on. And the problem is, and this is going to sound kind of weird, but our adult parents are too innocent for that kind of television. Like they can't really understand the plethora of things that we've had to see growing up in order to train our eyes to accept this as normal media. And so
Uh-huh.
when our poor parents walk in and see anything from a dog's face getting bitten off because Jojo hates dogs in general, or
Mhm.
just a small dog controlling sand in the form of like a bite in the form of like a big motorcycle thing. Like
Spoiler.
there's so many things to understand, right? The bodybuilding poses, nobody knows why they're doing it, but it looks cool for sure. Just everything in that that thing with the lollipop. No, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any freaking
I
sense,
don't know.
Not as
but it
interesting as
does.
you think. I know that
Yeah,
much.
Mhm.
yeah, but it does make sense, which is weird. So it's like I don't know how to explain any of this. And even if you started from the beginning and got somewhere, like you'd still be like, I don't know why this happened, but I like it, and I just want it
Mhm.
to keep happening. So yeah, I wouldn't want to explain that at all because it's a weird phenomenon that I feel like we just grew up with a lot of weird shit, and that was like the amalgamation of all the weird shit just going in to one series. Here's random acts of
Mhm.
violence. Here's random fan service. Here's like weird animation. Here's just everything. It's weird, and
Mhm.
that lives up to its name, Bizarre Adventure. Yeah, JoJo.
Yeah. And that's the fun like part. It's like JoJo has episodes that are probably pretty tame to watch, but then it just has some wild stuff in it. And there's stuff like Evangelion or Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood that like have moments in it, but mostly it's like just a good show. Like there's not too many moments that are gonna be like, oh, I have to explain him clapping and doing like alchemy. It's like that's just cool to watch. And maybe there's one episode in there. There's also an episode in Evangelion where you're like, why is he walking into her room? Why are there bloody bandages all over the place? Why is she naked? What's going on? And then like you might be like, oh, and then your parent walks in. Oh, I guess I have to explain. But one you don't really have to explain is Attack on Titan because almost every single episode there's a vast amount of blood. There's people being eaten, and just like you said, Luggy, like it's one of those things that just like your parent wouldn't really understand why you're watching this and mean like you were watching some really messed up gory stuff, and I feel like I need to sit down and talk with you after this and maybe bring you over to talk to somebody and work through some things you're going through, because like I feel like your parent would do that if you're playing GTA and be like, why is my child GTA, now they're gun obsessed and like trying to shoot everything and go down the street and have sex with those hookers, oh my god. I feel like if somebody walks in on you watching Attack on Titan and doesn't know about it, they're like, are you okay? Like, you want to talk? Like, you don't have to watch like people being eaten if you're going through something right now.
That does that kind of seem like a psychologist's dream. Like, so you see giant naked people
Mm-hmm.
eating other people.
Yeah, and one of them ate my mom in a dream I had last night.
And how does that make you feel?
I'm fine.
That sounds horrifying. Jeez.
I might not want to have sex with one, but that's not
um,
important.
don't worry about it.
They have no reproductive organs, but let me. That's another story.
So my next one, I just Made in the Abyss. I don't ever want to have to explain that almost to anybody.
Yep.
I feel like it's just kind of like, no, you just have to watch it.
Yep.
I can't tell you what this show is about. It's horrifying, and good luck. Have a blanket. I don't know, some comfort food, something you might need. I don't know. If you maybe you just need to go outside, take a walk at some point. That's okay. It's okay. You do that. But Made the Abyss, that will scar you a little bit, at least. So I never want to explain that.
You have a good 8 episodes in the first season, and then it's like, Johnny, come here. We just turn that off. We're going to hug it out. We're going to have a nice hug, and then we're going to put on something happy like Pokemon, and you're just going to sit here and watch Pokemon here, and you're just going to be happy because you're watching this, and I'm concerned. And you turn on the movie, and your mom's like, okay, you need to stop watching this.
That would be another step.
As you're crying blood.
Oh. No. What was my wish? No, just kidding.
Stop it.
You know what the worst part is? For people that don't know, we have to actually talk about Made in Abyss right after this because we're recording our weekend talk right after this. So in a way, we do have to explain about this almost every single week. And dude, anyway, I'm trying not to think about the most recent episode. Let's just go on to let's do I'll do one more, and then maybe if we want to start going into no, we might have time for one more round and then do a lightning round. The next one I want to talk about is a very strange pick, but you'll understand what I mean when I explain it. Gamers. So Gamers is a romantic, whatever you want to call it, a slice of life, all that kind of stuff about a gaming club. The one thing that it is most famous for is being one of the most the anime that uses the most misunderstandings in like a lot of anime romances will be like, oh, he meant this, but I know he meant this, but he actually did mean that, that kind of shit. They do that almost every single episode, and my mom, I know she hates that kind of shit unless it's in her own Hallmark bullshit, then she can dispel belief. But if it's like in an anime, she's not going to take any of that. So he thinks that she thinks that he thinks about her this way, and all of a sudden it's like it goes way too crazy. And I think episode 5, I think something big happens, and just everybody completely misunderstands what everybody is like. Nobody is on the same page, and that's what makes it funny. But if you're not used to anime, you're not used to that kind of trope. You're just kind of like, everybody's an idiot. What the hell is going on? Yeah. You don't accept things for what they are, which is there's lovely chaos is what I like to call it. It's just chaos chaos everywhere with everybody. Everybody misunderstands each other. It's great. We understand because the writer has written it so well that it makes us understand, but not the other people in the anime. And there's something cool about that. But if my mom were to see it, she'd be like, wait a minute, why is everybody always misunderstanding each other? I guess another one, just to throw it in there, would be Kimi to Todoke. There's a lot of misunderstandings in that one that my mom would be like, oh, this is so cute. And then just misunderstandings for 2 seasons is probably a little too much for, and for me and Michael, we might be like, oh yeah, we're all in on this because we understand anime. Yeah. But for somebody outside of the anime verse, they're going to be like, why am I wasting my time with this? So, but those two are my next ones.
Okay, so my final one, I guess, before lightning is going to be Kakegurui. So that was actually one I was watching back in college, I think. It was a while ago. Or maybe like when I was still living at home before I moved out. And that was a show I never wanted my parents to walk in. Not because it's adversely gross, but the amount the way these women are so dramatic. I guess I should say girls. The way these girls are so dramatic, the way their eyes bulge out of their skulls when they're talking about gambling, the fact it's about gambling, and how blatantly sexual these girls are so obsessed with gambling that it literally gives them a rush. Maybe a rush of a different sort whenever they gamble. And then there's that one girl who is yeah, I want to die, blah, 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 blah. And she's literally playing Russian roulette, and she can never get enough because she's trying to push the envelope. All of that in every episode is bad. It's always bad, and the punishments every time are also bad. In the first or second episode, there's a girl who like bites all her fingernails and rips them off. Like there's people like who are being like pet cats and dogs, like in the first episode with leashes around their neck. There's so much about that anime that's fun for us to watch as anime viewers. But if your parent walked in and be like, go close that, you just push them out and close the door.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. It's a horrible,
amazing anime.
Yes. Look at this. You don't want to be into gambling addiction like this. You don't want her to sit on you. You don't want that. See, that's the problem with it. Parents don't want that.
Speaking truth, Johnny.
My last one. I'm kind of struggling here. There's a lot of really obvious ones, and I'm trying not to just run to those as my last one.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I want to say Kill la Kill. I'm not exactly sure why, other than there's just a lot of confusing messages. There's a lot of you gotta accept yourself. You gotta dress nicely. By the way, being naked, that's totally cool. Just go outside, do whatever you want to do. Clothes are alive. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. They're aliens from other worlds just feeding off our essence. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's okay. It's okay. So the whole thing of Kill la Kill, it's such a fun anime, but out of context, it would definitely be like, there's so many naked people. What's going on here?
Especially if like someone walked in right when her clothes start shrinking up, and you'd be like, I guess I'm in the middle of something. I'll walk back out. So excuse me.
Yeah. What's happening to her? Like, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. But yeah, Kill la Kill. Good anime. Hard to explain.
Yeah.
Dude, Johnny, I think you and I are like linked right now because I was going to mention Darling in the Franxx next. Darling in the Franxx, because the problem is it has such a good premise and everything seems cool, right? Like even non-anime viewers, they know Gundam, right? They know big robots. They know big robots like to smash big animal things, right? They get it, right? But when you get into the cockpit, that's where things start to get a little interesting, right? Because we have the girls sitting. Yeah, we got the girls, bearing it all out, laying forward,
face down.
And
that's the way I like to play. Okay,
exactly. And the creator just heard that song and was like, "All right, let's just do that and put a controller on their ass that comes out, and the boys have to like steer and all that shit." Dude, it actually it made me uncomfortable watching it when I first saw it because, you guys had told me about it. One of my friends, Isidro, told me about it. He was a big advocate for it. And I was like, what in the world is going on here, dude? Why are these guys just piloting a girl, basically? And then as I got into it a little bit more, still never made any sense. But, I can only imagine my poor mom coming in and just being like, what are you watching? Like, it just goes to one of those cockpit parts. And the girl, and just this girl just like, hey, stop riding me so rough, some bullshit like that. I have to like try to explain, like, oh no, she means he's putting too much stress on the mobile unit because it goes through her psychologically and it's breaking her, and she's not gonna buy any of that shit. Yeah, control systems, So, I would not want to explain that one or the ending, for sure. But definitely not.
Wasn't there a team that was like the reverse? Like it was the guy that bends over and the girl pilots. Am I wrong? I feel like I saw that. It was like I think like a separate base.
Yeah, it was a separent base. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I'm just making sure.
Yeah. There was one. There was one.
There was.
Oh damn! So we got a pegger.
He was totally into it. That's fine.
You do you.
No shame in the casuals.
Okay, I guess lightning round time.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna go rush through these real quick. Asobi Asabase, because it's such a weird anime and vaguely sexual sometimes, where they're just making like penis jokes for 50% of an episode. We got Peter Grill, obvious. We got Ray Zero. I don't want to explain it. We got World's End Harem, obvious. Goblin Slayer, the first episode. Nope. Everything else about Goblin Slayer I think is actually fine, sort of, except for the first episode, another episode in there. Monster Musume, never want to talk about it. No Game to Life. Unfortunately, there's a few too many scenes in there that I would feel like are problematic. And then, like, your parent walks in, they're like, "Oh, there's naked people there," and you're like, "Yeah, they're brother and sister." Why did I say that? And then, well, there's like their brother and sister. I mean, like, yeah. Sorry, I said it. And then Panty and Stocking.
Why? No,
I don't know, Johnny. Like, every time you'd be watching it because they're like shorter episodes, and then that transformation sequence would come on, and you'd be like, "It's Sailor Moon! It's Sailor Moon, Mom! I swear!"
What's Sailor Moon? Oh no!
And then your parents walk in on Sailor Moon, and you're like,
I don't know if Lucky was gonna say it. I thought you might say it, but Rito Healer. That's not even on my list. I just know that one would be
That's off all
one
lists.
You could never ever probably mention.
You shouldn't even watch that around your friends.
Valkyrie Drive Mermaid. You know, I mentioned that last week. That's another one. I've only seen like 3 episodes, but it's scandalous.
Yeah,
to say the least.
That's a word.
I mixed up the title on this one. I didn't even bother looking up. New Sister Devil Testament. See, these guys know what I'm talking about. So it's fine. It's fine. Those are the right words. You can just unjumble them and look
New Devil's Sister Testament.
And that's actually the rest of it. I said all my other ones into the next round.
Bro, I still can't get that fucking line out of my head in the English dub. I'm gonna finish you now. Just that shit cracking me up. Dude, we watched 3 episodes of that fucking bullshit, and I've not felt that uncomfortable since like watching porn with my friends. Like that's how uncomfortable I was watching it. I was like, are we even supposed to watch this together as guys? Do we make eye contact afterwards? Do I just leave? Do I smoke a cigarette? Like what's going on here? What do I do? Anyway, a couple of them I got here. So Berserk, just for obvious reasons. Maybe like during some of it, I'd like maybe she'd be fine, but it's pretty gory, and she's not a super gore person anyway. World End Harem is another one that, for obvious reasons, even with the censor, she'd just be like, "Well, why does the censor look terrible? Even Americans have better censors than that." But you know, then there would be
let me see the boobies.
Free the nipple. Next we have
Barbados.
Orange. Just because of all the mental health stuff, my mom would probably be like just because I'm so into mental health, she'd probably be like, "Are you okay? Do you need to talk to me?" You know, that kind of shit, like Michael was talking about before. So I don't want, I don't want to deal with that because it goes pretty hard in that. And then just to throw it out there would be Dragon Ball Z, just because of the. So I mentioned Dragon Ball, but Dragon Ball Z, just because of all the yelling. Like my mom would probably get like really annoyed at all the, trying to figure out what people are doing. And then finally, yeah, right. And then finally, Rent a Girlfriend, just because I feel like my mom would call me a loser for calling Kazuya a loser. Like, she doesn't, she like calls me out whenever I like talk shit about people in a cartoon, because she's always like, "Aren't you just a loser for calling that person a loser in the cartoon?" And I'm like, and then I would just have to be try and defend myself with all this bullshit and make excuses that I don't want to make.
Yeah,
But
like
Kazuya's still a loser.
You know, like I was gonna also say, Senpai, why are you here?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Mom, they just get into weird situations.
Fair.
They just fell in the fountain. She just fell on top of it. What is going on? It's just so. Oh man, that was a great one. Oh man, I can't. I still remember watching that every Saturday or whatever it was. But yeah. Anyway, guys, if you guys have any anime that you would not want your parents walking in on you watching, let us know in the comment section down below. Remember, you can check out All Things Casual at the link tree in the info box down below or the description box. Remember, you can email us at animecasuals with an S, real REAL, at gmail.com. But as always, guys, don't forget to keep
It
Casual.